I'm going there, and
Uh-huh.
the other one is the synagogue. I never will go there.
That Israelis are very passionate. I think full of.
Divided up in 3 areas: Area A, B, and C. Area
Okay.
A is under full.
The Romans
Was
wanted to show as a punishment to create that fear.
That means that a lot of these sites which we could not go before, in the near future we can go.
He said, no. Middle East is on fire. You should be careful. Get out. I was like,
Bethlehem is a very much overrated area. It's just because these Jews hate the Arabs and they want to kick the Arabs out. It's opposite. It's really the opposite. I would say Jerusalem, you have the Via Dolorosa, you have the different churches, the Holy Sepulchre Church, you have for the Protestants, the Garden Tomb.
to Israel, like you said, come and see. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the listeners of our podcast. Today we have brought a topic. Well, it might not be exciting for some people because everyone is talking about geopolitics and all that. But I would say that because of all the geopolitical situation, the war situation, everything happening, people still want to travel. People still want to visit places. And the one place that most people now want to visit, especially with the upcoming Easter, Passover, Pesach, all this coming up, it is very vital for people to understand what are the information that is needed, what is the ground reality, the different places to visit, and all that. So I have brought back my good old friend Aryel Tsion, who is in the tourism industry. Aryel, welcome to the
Thank you
podcast
very much.
once again. Thank you for coming on again. And
It's a pleasure.
if you can just introduce yourself about how you're connected with tourism and all that, and then we can go straight into
Okay.
a lot of questions and understanding.
Okay, my name is Aryel Tsion. I'm a tour guide all over Israel, but especially in Jerusalem, Samaria, and Judea, because these are there are the most hidden gems, and there are not so much tour guides who are really home in these areas. So I already work in tourism from 2000, so over 25 years. Initially from Holland, I brought groups to the land of Israel. Fact-finding tours, but also pilgrimage tours to see the land, which are the land and the sites which are described in the Bible. Then I made Aliyah, came to live over here, and now I work as a tour guide for Bet Moria organization in Beersheba. Bet Moria is an organization who does a lot of good work in Beersheba. We work in the disadvantaged neighborhoods. We have set up schools, we have programs for new immigrants, we help the needy over there. So a lot of good things that we are doing there. Besides that, I work here in Judea for the accommodations here. We want to improve. We want to increase the amount of tourists coming to this place because we have a lot of things to offer. So basically, since 2015, I have the tour guide license, the official tour guide license, so then I can guide myself groups over here without another tour guide. So, but I'm involved already from 2000 in the tourism industry here in Israel. And I'm familiar with the security situations. I live myself here in biblical Judea, what's called mostly in the media, the West Bank. So I can tell and I know everything about it. So that's a little bit.
Fantastic. Yeah. I remember the first time when I went to Israel. This was in 2011. So during that time, I got the opportunity to go. Actually, it's actually exactly 15 years this
Wow.
day that I came to Israel for the first time, and
So you should
that is
come
actually
again.
I actually went for business, but I had a couple of days there where I could go
Yes.
around, visit Bethlehem, Nazareth, and all the biblical
Yes.
areas and all that. So during that time, I remember our Israeli guide would only
Yes.
come till the West Bank area, that's Judea and Samaria, and then he would hand over. He would say that you have to go through this corridor of security check, and
Yes.
then we are handed over to a Palestinian guide. So when I asked the
Yes.
Israeli guide, he said, "No, I cannot step into that area because of security reasons." Is that the
No, that's
same
still
same the same
that's
thing?
Yes, you have to know that Judea and Samaria are divided up in three areas: Area A, B, and C. Area
Okay.
A is under full Palestinian autonomy control. Area B is under Palestinian autonomy control, but security-wise, army-wise, under Israeli control. And then you have Area C, that's completely under Israeli control. So of course, it's difficult. I'm not allowed to guide in Bethlehem, for example. But
Mm.
also
Okay.
but then I work together with a guide over there, and he guides the people around over there. I've been myself in Shem, I've been myself in Nablus, and I've worked together with a Palestinian guide and a driver, and who brings us around in this area. And he knows the areas which are safe and which are less safe. We never came into, with all the times that I've been there, I never came into a dangerous situation. Besides
Mhm.
that, there are so a lot of places in the area C, biblical related sites, and it's only in expanding now because recently there was a change in law, and so before it was a little bit of vacuum. Who was in control over the Jewish historical sites, and so there was a change of law, and which decided that the Jewish historical sites are under Jewish control. So it means that a lot of these sites which we could not go before, in the
Mhm.
near future we can go there. For example, Joseph's tomb in Schem, it was before I only could do it with a Palestinian guide. So in the future it will be without a Palestinian guide necessarily.
Oh, that's a fantastic
Also,
development. Yeah.
Bosnia, ancient Samaria. But it's not still over there. But till the time I can even to these sites, Joseph's tomb, ancient Schem, and Sebastia's ancient Samaria. I can go there together with a Palestinian driver and the guide. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
which are the areas that you would recommend? Let's say from let's talk from a biblical standpoint. A person who is coming for pilgrimage, let's say from India or
yeah.
from anywhere around the world, but is a Christian pilgrim. Which are the areas that you would recommend to go as a map? You would say, or like a roadmap that you would
Yeah.
recommend?
Now, first of all, of course, Jerusalem. Jerusalem is the place where all the stories, the biblical stories, took place, and which is connected with the biblical stories. That's for sure. I would do that. Of course, the Galilee. And now I'm talking about the stories from the Christian New Testament. So these
Hmm.
stories they took place in Jerusalem, according to the sources, and in of course in Galilee and Bethlehem. I have to say Bethlehem is a very much overrated area. It's just because this was the site. What I myself usually do, I take the people when they go to Bethlehem to Regel's tomb. So then you're also in Bethlehem and you have the feeling to be in Bethlehem, but then you are on the site under Israeli control. So that's and the
Oh,
experience is that people like that very much because then you have this Jewish environment. You can talk about it, all the things, because the actual historical location inside Bethlehem. Of course,
hmm.
you have the church, which is what the people like to visit, but it's not the historical site because we don't know it.
Hmm.
So for
Correct,
some
correct.
people, it's important to visit this church, and they can do it. But what I hear from people, it's highly overrated. It's they have this experience that they prefer to be on the side of the fence.
Yeah,
Let's say.
yeah. So,
So
so.
I would say Jerusalem, you have the Via Dolorosa, you have the different
Mhm.
churches, the Holy Sepulchre Church, you have for the Protestants, the Garden Tomb, which is,
Yeah.
they
Mhm.
consider it as the place. You have the room of the Last Supper, but also you have the combination with the amazing Jewish sites, the Western Wall, the Old City,
Correct.
the
Mhm.
different beautiful synagogues. You have beautiful viewpoints over there. So there is enough to see for a couple of days to be in Jerusalem. So that's the first site.
Mhm.
And Galil. In the Galil, I would recommend the area of Tiberias. Tiberias, there you have the site. So for a typical pilgrimage tour, I would recommend that. But I would take the opportunity not to only stay with these sites because the land of Israel has so much more to offer. And even when you
Mm.
come the second time, then you want to see different things. So I would want to recommend to see the Israel of today. We
Hmm.
have a vibrant community with tolerance for everybody, and we cherish life. We enjoy life. Go to a place like Tel Aviv. You can walk freely on the street there, but also to the beautiful nature reserves in the Golan Heights, also in
Hmm.
Northern Galilee, and also. And now I'm coming to the sites from the Old Testament. The
Hmm.
sites,
Hmm.
for example, with King David, with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Yeah.
For Indian people, I've in the southern India a friend, Father Siddham John. He always take the people to Machpelah, the site where Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are buried. It's an amazing
Oh,
site.
the patriarchs.
The patriarchs are buried,
Right.
so he always come there, and the Indian people love it. I guided many
Hmm.
Indian people over there. They love it, and it's a very special site. But there is even more. What I said, when you, of course, in the Bible, you read the Psalms. The Psalms are the most well-known pieces of literature in the world. For example, Psalm 23 is the world's most
Most
quoted
famous.
literature.
The Lord is
Most
my shepherd. Yeah.
whole world. So
Yeah.
this piece is composed in biblical Judea. It's
Hmm.
this area. So you can find when you traveling around there and you
Hmm.
look around, you feel the atmosphere, then you understand the Psalms, you see the Psalms. For example, you have the Psalms, is really literally mentioning Psalm 54 tells Ziv and the Ziv wilderness where David was hiding. You find this
Yeah.
place, you find a cave. Here in Susha there is a cave, and it has, according to this long story, according to this tradition, it was one of the caves that King David was hiding. You find David's escape route for King Saul, and you see the area. So this is what I would recommend besides Jerusalem and besides Galilee. Also of Galilee, even if for the Christian side, there is now a new site,
Hmm.
Magdala. There is
Ah,
a
okay. Hmm.
synagogue from the times of Jesus. And that's
Wow.
very interesting because then you see when you're talking in the New Testament about Jesus going to a synagogue, you see how a synagogue from the time where probably he has been. So it's an amazing site to visit. It's not so, it's a less well known site, but it is an amazing site to see and really incredible. So
Wow. Wow.
that's so the Jerusalem, Bethlehem, Galilee, but I would recommend to see much more of the beautiful
Well,
sites.
what about Caesarea? It's an old Roman city, Caesarea.
Caesarea also is a beautiful,
It's a
beautiful
beautiful
site.
place. Yeah.
With the Roman, it's built by King Herod,
Yes.
and
Hmm.
it's also from biblical times. Of course, in the New Testament, you have the story of Paul who was in prison over
Correct.
there. From the
Correct.
Jewish perspective, we have the story of Rabbi Akiva who was in prison over there, and he was killed by the Romans over there. So we have
Hmm. Hmm.
there are a lot of connections. Of course, you have the Megiddo site.
Yeah.
There was
Mhm.
because of King Ahab and his father King Omri, and we know also for that a lot of people want to go there because it's written in the Bible Armageddon. It's in that area, so people want to see it and people want to visit that site. So so really there are a lot of sites, but
Mhm.
really when I'm talking about biblical Judea and Samaria, but the sites in Judea and Samaria connected with the biblical stories from the Bible, these are the sites who really are the hidden gems of the land of Israel. I'll give
Hmm.
you a
Hmm.
site.
Yeah.
Ancient Sidon.
So
Ancient
even
Sidon. Yeah.
even Jerusalem, when you talk about Jerusalem, I
Yes.
remember the tour guide telling me that the current site, that I think it's the Church of the Sepulchre, where
Yes.
it's believed that Jesus was crucified, right? If I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
Yeah.
So they say the guide was telling me actually that is not the right spot because it is inside the city walls. It's supposed to be
Yes.
outside, and there is an alternative site where
Yes.
so when you have uh, pilgrims who come in, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre is very popular. So,
Yes.
do you recommend that site or do you recommend the alternative site?
You have to know when Helena in
Mhm,
324, when she built these churches,
mhm.
it was not to mark the historical place. What he did,
Oh.
see, there were temples from idol worship.
Mm-hmm.
She converted these places into Christian places, built churches over there, and give a
Oh.
theme to it. Give a theme to it. You
Okay.
understand? So the Holy Sepulchre Church, it has the theme of the crucifixion and the resurrection of Jesus. So it's not a historical site.
Correct.
But because of many years passed by since the time it was built,
Mm-hmm.
so basically it became this is the actual situation. So for me, uh, it could be, but let's say historically, it's a little bit a problem. For example, you have the Via della Rosa, you
Mm-hmm.
have the palace of Pilatus,
Mm-hmm.
who so according to the Roman Catholic tradition, you have Ecce Homo, where the palace was of Pilatus. Nowadays, we know from historical that the palace was not over there. We know it was close to Jaffa Gate. We even
Mm.
have a place, a podium, where assumably the seat was of the Roman emperor when he was judging the people. So it's that place. But for, let's say, for a lot of pilgrims, it's not about the exact place. It's about the church which has the theme of the story, and that's also not so strange in Judaism. For example, in Judaism, you have David's tomb.
Yes, yes. I went to David's tomb. The guy
Yes,
told me the same thing.
yes,
It's
and
not
it's
actually
not
the
the historical location,
correct.
but it's the place where we as Jews thank God for King David and for all the Psalms. So
Correct.
it's a place where you think about a person. So in Jewish sense, it's not so strange. It's not such a problem. You know,
Mm.
when because we know the history of, let's say, archaeology, it develops all the time, and you find new things. So you have to make a distinction. This is the site which is connected to the theme, and
Mm-hmm.
okay, some people said it might be the location because we don't know it for sure. And then we have the other side, which could be much more logic, the theme, that's the garden tomb, but also actually it has a problem with defining that as the actual location. Eyal Meron, he's an archaeologist, and when he was also my teacher, for the tour guide course and also for the refreshment courses. On one of the refreshment courses, people were asking about the crucifixion site. He said it's not of the sites, none of the sites. And he said, I'm at this moment I'm busy with excavating a site. He said, and when all the details will be published, then we might have an agreement on it what the site was. The
Yeah.
interesting is we have now in the city of David we have recently opened the Pilgrims Road. The Pilgrims Road was from the Siloam up to
Mm-hmm.
the site where the temple was, and on
Mm-hmm.
this site we found a crucifixion place. And how do
Oh,
we find it?
okay.
Because it has a certain podium. In most of the stories, most of the pictures, when we are the drawings of the crucifixion, you see a hill, three
Mm-hmm.
crosses on it, and that's it. But when we
Mm.
go back to the Byzantine coins, and they are the earliest pictures picturing the crucifixion place, they are picturing stairs leading up to a place where a cross is, and the cross was placed behind against this podium. Such a podium we found in the city of David. So it might be because that was also on the way out. People were crucified on a place where people could see it. So that might be very much more the historical place of the crucifixions in the time of the Second
Yeah,
Temple.
yeah. Because I think crucifixion was much more of a public thing, which the
It
Romans
was a
wanted to
public thing
show as a punishment to create that fear that
to
don't rise
create.
up against us,
Yes, so
isn't
that
it?
was the situation. So you have to find a place
Mm-hmm.
where which has this in itself. So, and the city of David, there is a place in the new, and that's why the city of David is now telling something about the biblical historical days of King David.
Mm-hmm.
Also the Second Temple period, when we have the people going to the temple in the times of the Second Temple period.
Mm-hmm.
So the pilgrims, also Jesus went to the temple, but
Mm-hmm.
also you find there remnants of a crucifixion place. And this crucifixion place, this is probably the most visual example of a crucifixion site, also where according to the Christian sources, Jesus was crucified. So, and
Mm-hmm.
then you have also the place where, so it's, there is a lot of things to see. And when you, the ones who want to ask questions, want to go have more information, want to have more the historical places than the remembrance places, there is so much to see. There is so much to
Yeah,
see. And
yeah, yeah.
you can come many times because there is so much to see. My brother, he lives in Holland. He's now been, I think, 20 times to Israel. Every time he has seen
Wow.
something new. So
Yeah.
because we are also, we are not only in technology, we are developing and researching, but also on the field of archaeology. It's continuously developing, finding new things, finding new coins from the times of the Second Temple period, from all the times and sites which are excavated. So there is always new things to see, which are very interesting.
Yeah, I think also there's a huge, as you said, there is a huge development happening in the archaeology space with the
Yes,
help of science and technology. Like
yes,
also recently, the pharaohs' tombs and all that. How much they can scan inside and
yes,
see rather than just breaking through. You can use technology to understand what's beneath,
yes,
and
yes,
it's really amazing. Even recently, past few months, I've been following a lot of news coming out of Israel about a lot of findings on
yes,
the older times churches, the synagogues,
yes,
the
yes,
old coins,
yes,
proving that how much of history is there in that region.
yes.
And when
Yeah,
people
you
try
have to know
to
that Christianity is built on the foundation of the land of Israel, the Jewish history,
exactly, yeah,
Islam.
the
So
disciples.
it's all connected. Even when you go to the sites, the Jewish sites,
Mhm.
you have the picture how things were in the Second Temple period.
Yeah, even the disciples of Jesus were Jews, and Jesus
Yes,
was a Jew, right? So people
yes.
should
And according
understand
to
that, you know.
the Christian Bible, he was of the rabbinic stream.
Hmm.
And he, even there, he was telling to his disciples that they should observe the rabbinic rules. So so when you want to learn about the Christian Bible, come to Israel to see how it was, what was the basis, what was the picture, what was the
Yeah.
framework
go,
in which
go
it
to the
was.
grassroots, go to the
Yeah,
grassroots of.
yeah, yeah.
Correct, correct, yeah, yeah. And
So in that sense, I'm also very much building bridges between the two communities. So also here in the place, that's some other extra dimension what we offer here. Here in
true.
Susia, for example, we offer people that they can go to a synagogue and experience an Orthodox Jewish Shabbat meals and going to the. So it's that's that extra thing that people want to experience because they are reading the Bible and they want to understand the Jewish context of the Christian Bible.
Oh, nice, fantastic. So when we say visit Israel, it's not just about pilgrimage. It is not
No,
just about seeing historical sites. You can also go to the modern parts of the country like Tel
yes.
Aviv and all that, and
And even
experience the
even
lifestyle.
food wise, also food wise, you have to know
Food
that
wise, yes, yes.
Tel Aviv is the vegan capital of the world. So for Indian people who only eat
Wow.
vegetarian,
Hmm.
it's an amazing place to go and to have all the different tastes. You have to know we are a country of immigrants from all over the world, and all these immigrants brought their kitchen with them. So
That's
you
true.
find a
That's true.
wide variety of restaurants for
I
all
know. I know.
kind of tastes. When you wouldn't be surprised to find a very good Indian restaurant in Jerusalem or in Tel Aviv, and because also people there is a culture of food. There is a
Mm.
people like to go out to eat and to try something new. So there is even on Facebook all kinds of groups with people sending recommendations about the places. So it's really a lively
Yeah.
a lively world. My
Yeah.
friend Shimshon, he's a food critic in Jerusalem, and he's going all the times. He's going around and eating here, and in a funny way he's describing what he eats and what he likes and what he likes less. So it has a lot of interest in
Yeah,
the
yeah. Even
Jewish.
the Indian Jewish community which did Aliyah to Israel, if you look at
Yes,
them also, they have different varieties. So, like say the Kochini
yes,
Jews, we have a
yes,
different cuisine, and
yes,
the what do you call the Jews from the Marathi
yes,
Indian Jews, they have that
yes.
Marathi style of cooking. Gujaratis have, so all this fusion of cuisine comes in Israel because of
Yeah,
that.
I have to say we are the Kuching Jews. They were an example for the Jewish world. What happened after the state of Israel was created, established in 1948? They sold their homes because they said we are waiting so long time for to return to our ancient homeland. They sold everything, and David Ben Gurion said, no, 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 we cannot handle you. So they were, I think, almost a year waiting on their suitcases in
Hmm.
Kuching
Yeah, yeah.
before they could come to Israel. And after that, they are one of the pioneer communities in Israel. They went to the north border. They went to the desert. So they were the real pioneers of Jewish immigrants to the land of Israel after
Wow, amazing,
1948.
amazing.
So they were a
Every,
real enrichment of our culture.
yeah, I think everyone chipped in from all cultures. Everyone shoulder to shoulder built up that country,
Yes,
and
yes,
it's become very famous for innovation, for tourism,
yes.
for everything you can name it.
Yeah, you
So
have a wide
uh,
variety. The interesting thing, you have a wide variety of opinions from
correct.
left to right.
Yeah, yeah,
Sometimes we are discussing and it looks like we are fighting like we want to kill each other. And 5 minutes later, we're drinking coffee. But when there is a war, you feel this unity. Everybody is on one side.
together.
And
Yeah. Well,
that's
there's a
what.
famous saying that if there are two Jews, there's going to be three opinions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know this joke. This joke. There is a man. He comes on an island, uninhabited island. There is one person living there. He lived there already for 10 years. The ship broke down and swimming to this island. So he's living already 10 years over here. And so the other one said, "Okay, guide me around what you did in this 10 years." So he showed his house, and then he showed, "Oh yeah, there's my synagogue. There I'm going to pray every day." I said, the other guy said, "But what is this synagogue, the building next to it?" I said, "This is the synagogue. I'm going there, and
Uh-huh.
the other one is the synagogue. I never will go there." You have this thing. This is,
Yeah.
but we are one nation, and in times of war, we've seen it. We are one nation, and everybody is helping each other. You see, Israel was the only country in the world. Whenever there is a war, you see rescue flies into Israel, into the
Yeah.
war zone. Why? People feel we want to help, we want to be there, and we want to defend our amazing country. So that's
Yeah, so
amazing.
I think that Israelis are very passionate. I think full of passion and energy and
Passion, but
strength.
also
So,
responsibility. We feel the
mhm.
responsibility to defend not only our own families but the whole society. We have
Yeah,
a lot of people don't know it, but sometimes when I'm traveling with people around, I'm also taking them to, and this is also now a very important sites to go to the Gaza region. You have there the Nova Festival area, and because
mhm.
people want to understand what happened, and they want
Oh, you
to
mean the October 7th? Yeah.
October sites. There is
Mm,
now an
mm.
educational center. It's also I taking people over there, so uh, that's an important thing to do. I forgot how I came to this point,
Yeah.
but this is so. Yes, these are also important sites which I wanted to mention to see and what happened in that sense. Yeah, but the
Yeah.
people. Uh, I wanted to tell. I was one time. I was over there on the Nova Festival area, and there came an Arab regiment in the IDF. We have
Okay.
Arabs who are pro-Israel, who are Zionists, who are helping to defend the country. There's Druze and Zionists, I would say pro-Israel, the Arabs who are serving the army, and they had a ceremony over there that was really touching. And that's also you don't see it in the news. You think there are two words,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
against
You don't see
Jews.
that
No,
all in the news. You don't see
Not
that in the news at all. Yeah, I know.
no,
I
no,
know.
no,
So
no.
that's what. So I think I hope this podcast can be an eye opener for many people to
Yes,
understand the
yes,
realities, the places that you can visit, because it's not Israel is not just about everyone equates Israel just to war, war, war. No, it is,
yeah.
and it's not
No,
just
no,
about pilgrimage and all that. There is a lot of
yes,
places
yes.
to visit,
Yes, and also
food to experience.
regarding safety, at this
Hmm.
moment, and that's a very, it's these are the facts. At the moment, the security of the situation much safer than
Hmm.
in the years before 7 October. You have to understand,
Yeah.
before 7 October, we had the threat from Lebanon, we had the threat from Syria, we had the threat from also in Judea and Samaria, and we had the threat also from Iran.
Mm.
These are
Yeah.
different realities, and even from Yemen. But now, when the big sponsor of terrorist activity is gone, it will be we'll have a different reality in here in the Middle East. So
Yeah.
also for tourism, we will feel it. It's
The
much
safety.
easier to go over here. So
Yeah.
I already think expect next week. I already expect my first visitors, tourists from Holland. I'm traveling
Wow.
with them
Okay.
now. So this is the situation. Are they not afraid? No, because this group, they have been here already. They know how the situation is. They feel very
Mm.
safe. They know whenever the airport is opening, we can come and we safely can travel over here. And again, it's more
Yeah.
safe than before 7 October 23.
Yeah,
It's
I think the Israeli government gives a lot of importance to safety, not just to
yes,
their citizens, but also to the tourists who come down over there, and
very
even
much.
a lot of even what do you call migrant workers actually from India and all that. There are
Migrant workers
a lot of them.
very
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, we have migrant workers from India,
Hmm.
from also from Sri Lanka, from the
Hmm.
Philippines, from Thailand. We take good care for them, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it's very nice. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
So I would recommend all the listeners just cut off all the nonsense that people talk about.
yes,
Follow the truth. I think this is something Ariel you have told me also many times. Don't be afraid of the truth. Be bold
no,
and talk the truth. You know,
yes,
because
yes,
don't follow what others say. You
yes,
should find your path. You should speak the truth,
yes,
and be open about it. You know,
yes.
and let's cut out
Yeah.
all that clutter, all that nonsense about Israel, and
Oh,
be clear
yes,
about the truth. That's it.
yes. And one of the things is that what we also always see is that uh, Jews hate the Arabs and they want to kick the Arabs out. It's opposite. It's
Mm.
really the opposite. We
Yeah.
love a society, multicultural society. We love it. We the only thing we want, don't kill us. That's the only thing we ask. Leave us where we live. Don't kill us. We can work together. I work
Yeah.
together with the
Yeah.
Arabs.
Let the Jews live in peace. That is the
Yes,
whole
let's
thing,
live in
right?
peace and let's cooperate. For me, tourism is a great opportunity to cooperate. When a person really want to have peace with his neighbor, we are open. So
Yeah.
come,
Yeah.
be with us, and I think also on that field, it's a great. There are great
Fantastic,
opportunities.
fantastic. Yeah, Ariel, thank you so much for coming and sharing your
Yes,
experience and sharing your insights. That is very important for tourists to learn and understand the safety factor and a lot of other sites to see. Anything else
yes.
you want to add, Ariel, about Beth Moria or anything that you want to share?
Bet Moria, no, oh, yeah, also for Bet Moria, I run a channel. I stand with Israel, which provide uh, news from the Middle East, unbiased news, especially on Judea and Samaria. Because
Okay.
even we have a newspaper, Haaretz,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost fighting the people who are living over here. You have to know uh, there is the idea that the people, the Jewish people of Judea and Samaria, are extremists and they want to kill. It's nothing further from the truth than that. They are loving people, sweet people, but only they live in the land which they want to create a Palestinian state. For that, they in some groups of the world they are characterized as extreme people in order to justify
Mm-hmm.
to kick them out of this area. We want to live in peace with the Arabs, and that's what I want to say.
Yeah.
Go to
Yeah.
these channels and find the news. Also about this topic, I share it on these channels, on as well on X, former Twitter, as well on Telegram. I have channels, and also on Facebook. And I run it for Bet Moria. And Bet Moria has a lot of friends who also come to visit, and also building bridges between Christians who feel connected with the Jewish roots, who want to learn about it with all respect. We have discussions, amazing discussions about biblical topics, looking at it from different opinions and with respect and tolerance.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. So
yeah.
I'll anybody who wants to get in touch with Ariel for any kind of tour guidance or any kind of
Yes.
consulting that you need, please. I'll put the information over here. They'll be here
Okay.
in the video and also in the description, so you can
Oh,
reach out to him. He is an
okay.
amazing guy. He will take care of everything. You don't have to worry. And if
Yeah.
there is any problem, you can reach out to me. Not a problem.
Yeah. I
I'll
want to
tell
say
Ariel.
with the visa problem, I
Mhm.
cannot uh, um, deal with the visa process. I'm not. You have to do it from India. That's what you have to do through the embassy, or even
Yeah.
through a tour agent. There are some tour agents who have the good connections to do it, and so that's the only thing
I
for
think
now.
I think we'll give a shout out to Joe Sliba of Omania Travels. I mean,
Okay. Yes.
he has,
Omania, Royal Omania. Yeah.
yeah,
Yes. Yes.
Royal Omania. Yeah, sorry, Royal
They
Omania.
do very well. Also, my
Yeah,
friend Father Syriac John from Kottayam, he always does it through them. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Amazing. Joe's is an amazing friend also of ours. I'll be getting
Okay,
Joe also as a guest one time. We'll also talk about
okay,
his experience. So he's also sometimes based in Israel. And
okay,
thank you so
wonderful.
much, Ariel. Once again, thank you so much. You're giving me some time to talk about
Okay,
that area that many people are not aware of, how much of
yes,
importance tourism is
yes,
for Israel and for a lot of
yes,
people. And
yes,
I just want to end with this saying. This There is a saying in the Bible. I'm just paraphrasing. I'm not giving the exact quote, but it goes something like, "When you curse the Jews, you will be cursed, and if you
yes,
bless the Jews, you will be blessed."
yes. That's
So,
from Genesis 12. Yes,
oh,
Genesis 12,
fantastic,
2,
fantastic.
4. It's
Yeah,
these verses. Yes,
yeah.
that's
So,
true. And
yeah.
basically, you don't need to believe the Bible to see it in
Mhm.
practice.
Correct. You can see
That
it in real life. What's happening?
over here in the land of Israel, you see the Bible. You don't need to read it. Even when you read it, you see it. It's happening, and
Yeah,
that's the amazing thing. You see that the Jewish people are coming back. It's written in the Bible. You see they are flourishing. You see that the Jews bring blessings to the world. You know that per capita we have the highest number of Nobel Prize winners. It means they achieved something. You see on medical field, on all kinds of fields, Israel is now a blessing for the world, and we are now the strongest that we ever were in Jewish history.
I,
That's also a fact.
I think it's Israel is heading towards greater Israel. That's what I
Yes,
believe in.
yes.
All right.
Uh, we
That
are
sounds
not
very
we
interesting.
are not in that sense we are not have ideas to conquer lands. We want to
No,
live
no.
on
I
peace.
understand.
That's it.
I understand.
Because even in the times of King Solomon, when we have the greater Israel, also peoples lived over there, and they prospered under the Israeli influence. So it's not like when you talk about the greater Israel, always the idea, oh no, they want to kick out the
Yeah,
Jews.
yeah. It's conquest. It's
You
not
have to know
conquest.
that
Yeah,
I
I know.
would say the Abraham Accords, where
Hmm.
everybody is a nation, is already, that's my personal opinion, is
Yes.
a form
Yeah.
of a greater Israel, because
Correct, correct.
we're helping each other and we're coming under the influence
Yeah.
of prosperity and doing well.
I
That's my
understand.
opinion.
Even that's also I want to say, when I say greater Israel, I'm not talking about a conquest of land, but
Yes,
a coming together of everyone together
yes,
for
yes,
improving, your life, prosperity, working together,
yes,
collaborating.
yes,
The Abraham Accords are all part of that greater
yes,
Israel belief.
yes.
So I hope that everyone understands that. And
And I want to say one thing: when the Iran threat has been dealt with, it probably will open up that tourism will easily expand to even to Jordan, even to Saudi Arabia, when there are the Abraham Accords, you see how easy it is now to go from the Arab Emirates to Israel and
Exactly,
grow.
exactly. Changes
There
are
are
you
less
can
Jews,
see.
there are synagogues over there. They can come over here. I've been guiding groups I've seen guiding groups of Muslims coming from all the world, and they feel happy over here. They even come to the Western Wall. They can stand over there, and everybody is happy. So it's
Yeah,
this is the reality. This is the reality of how Jews are, and we are happy to host everybody. No matter what opinion, what beliefs you have, and just say come and see and enjoy it. And
come and
yeah,
see. Exactly.
yeah,
That's what I would say. Come and see for
yes,
yourself. That's what I
yes,
did when first, even I just want to add this point. When I was in Israel during that time, this was 2011, the
yes,
Arab Spring was happening all around the region. And
yes,
I was at the time, I remember I was chatting with my friend in Malaysia. And this
yes,
Malaysian friend was saying, Vinod, where are you? I said, I am in Tel Aviv. And he was like, oh my God, what are you doing? You should take the next flight out of there. And I was like, why? He was saying Arab Spring is happening. See what's happening in Egypt, what's happening in Tunisia. I said
yes,
that those countries are different. This is a democracy and all. He said, no,
yeah,
no, no, no. Middle East is on fire. You should be careful. Get out. I was saying, no, you don't know, because I have come here. I have seen the reality. On the ground is very different. So don't
yes,
listen to what's on the paper. They all these
yes,
newspapers, media, they have their own
yes,
agenda. Go to
that's it.
Israel, like you said, come and see and understand
Yes,
the truth. That is it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
Thank
Yes.
you so much, Ariel.
Okay.
And like as
Nice to
always,
talk to you again.
as always, shalom, shalom. Let's hope for more
Shalom,
peace.
shalom, Litrout, and be most welcome. Baruch haba. Okay.
Oh, fantastic. Welcome and please visit
Bye.
Israel. Thank you,
Yes.
everyone, for watching.
Yeah. Thank you.